I'm your host Doug here Hey everybody, welcome to Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for December 19th, 2011. This week the blog will be only on YouTube and for the next couple weeks. So basically what I'm going to do today is run down through all the games that occurred yesterday in the NFL, give you my take on what happened and who was big time performers. Alright, so I'm going to start off with last night's game. Of course, we saw the Chargers at home knocking off the Baltimore Ravens 34-14. Ravens, I'm going to say they have some problems. They're not running the ball enough, really. That's their main problem I see. Joe Flacco throwing the ball 34 times. Ray Rice only running the ball 10 times. You got some problems there. And this has really made the Chargers get into this playoff hunt. Chargers are now 7-7. Ravens drop to 10-4. It's a decent game there. Philip Rivers had another pretty good game. And they also got some good run support from Ryan Matthews. Next game to look at is Seattle taking on Chicago. The Seahawks won again yesterday. They are now 7-7, 38-14 over the Chicago Bears. Tavares Jackson threw for 227. We saw some good play once again from Marshawn Lynch. He ran the ball 20 times, only 42 yards, but you're gonna have that against that Bears defense. Really big story, obviously, with Tavares Jackson and Caleb Haney struggling again. 1 touchdown pass, 3 interceptions. Still not really getting into the mood of what's going on there. All right, the next game to look at, of course, is probably one of the biggest surprises of the weekend. The Indianapolis Colts have finally won a game, and it was mainly because of the Colts defense. Colts defense picked off Hasselbeck once in the red zone, had a pick six another time, and Donald Brown ran the ball effectively, 16 carries, 161 yards, and a touchdown, giving the Colts their first win there now, 1-13. All right, the next game, another surpriser, definitely Kansas City with their new coach Romeo Crennel as the interim coach, knocking off the Green Bay Packers with Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton threw for 299. He was 22 of 31, 299, no touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers really struggled with his accuracy. He was only 17 of 35 for 1 touchdown. And the running game couldn't get going, and really the offensive line was kind of beat up a little bit. They kind of struggled. We saw Battle run well, Jones run well for them, and really Kyle Orton did enough to win this game. And Ryan Succop came up with four big field goal kicks, giving the Packers their first loss, and the Chiefs get back into the hunt at 6-8. The next game to look at is Cincinnati taking on St. Louis. Cincinnati's come in, losing a couple in a row. They played some good teams, but really the story was Kellen Clemens getting to play for St. Louis. He threw for 229 and a touchdown. Bengals kind of struggled. Mike Nugent came up pretty big for them a couple of times. We saw Andy Dalton have a rough game, 15 of 26, 179, 1 pick, and really Kellen Clemens outplayed him. But Cedric Benson came up big. He carried the load, 22 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown. And really, just a pretty decent game overall. We saw, of course, Dalton throw the 1 pick, but really, it's good. Cincinnati gets back on track with a decent win over a St. Louis team that's really not that great. All right, next game, of course, is New Orleans and Minnesota. Saints win the game 42-20. Drew Brees throws for 412, 5 touchdowns, out of his mind. He's now within 300 yards or so of the record to break Dan Marino's passing record. 32 of 40, 412, 5 touchdowns. They also had a little 3-headed monster. Chris Ivory ran for 74. Pierre Thomas 44. Darren Sproles 33 big rushing yards. Really, they played well. New Orleans, of course, fumbled the ball twice. Drew Brees once, Jimmy Graham once. And really, just too much offense. Too much offense for the young Minnesota team to handle. Alright, next game. Kind of shocker once again. Washington Redskins, after losing 2 in a row, come back and knock off the Giants at home, 23-10. Eli Manning, not great. Eli Manning, of course, was 23 of 40, 257, 3 picks. Struggled. Rex Grossman wasn't great, but really, it was the defense getting stops. They forced 3 picks, obviously, and they were able to capitalize on those mistakes. So that's really what it looked like, and now we got a whacked out scenario in the NFC East that we're going to look at following the rest of these games. All right, we got a couple more to look at here. Carolina, of course, knocking off Houston. Cam Newton played well. Tyler Yates. TJ Yates struggled. Detroit coming back in dramatic fashion over Oakland. Calvin Johnson, over 200 yards receiving for a couple of touchdowns. Matt Stafford, pretty decent as the Lions keep their playoff hopes alive. Next game, Tebow goes down. Tom Brady offense, way too much. Tebow played serviceably, but didn't get it done late. They lose 41-23. And another surprising game. Good thing for Philly, though. They're still in the chase. Philly knocking off the Jets 45-19. Michael Vick playing well. Arizona wins another one in overtime over Cleveland. So we got some good games going on, definitely. Alright, now let's go. Now, before this blog ends, we're up at about the 6-minute mark. Before the blog ends, I'm going to look at playoff races. And we're just going to look at some standings, and then I'm going to get on out of here. Alright, so the NFL standings right now, we got some crazy scenarios. Dallas, let's look at the NFC East. Dallas 8-6, Giants 7-7, Philly 6-8. Philly's in pretty good shape. Philly wins out. They're in decent shape. Saw some scenarios. Philly's got to win out. We need the Jets to beat the Giants, and then we need the Giants to knock off the Cowboys. Philly holds all tiebreakers, so if Philly can get to 8-8, and the other teams are at 8-8, they're in good shape. Alright, next division, Green Bay already locked it up. New Orleans is locked, has at least clinched a playoff berth. Looking to lock up their division in the next couple weeks. San Francisco already clinched their division. They're 10-3. 7-7 is Seattle. Arizona 7-7. So looks like a wild card race. So we got, alright, let's say Dallas is in, Green Bay, New Orleans, and then we got a tie. We got a 3-way tie at 7, and we got 9-5 Detroit, 9-5 Atlanta, and then we got 4 teams at 7-7 trying to get into a playoff spot as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if Dallas drops a couple and we got an 8-8 team in there. What's going to happen? Packers Lions still play one more time. Alright, now let's look at the AFC. We got New England 11-3. They've clinched their division. Pittsburgh and Baltimore have both clinched playoff berths. Houston's clinched their division, and Denver is now a game up over Oakland and San Diego. San Diego sneaking back into that playoff race. So let's see what's the wild card look like. Here we got the Baltimore Ravens at 10-4. We got, barring a loss, we'll just say Pittsburgh will win tonight. Pittsburgh will go to 11-3. Pittsburgh will be in right there. And we got 10-4 team. We got an 8-6 Jets team. Then we got 7-7, 7-7, 7-7, 8-6 Cincinnati team. We got some good teams still in there. So right now the wild card spots are Baltimore and Jets. So it'll be interesting to watch as we go into the last couple weeks of the NFL season. So thank you guys for watching this. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be back Wednesday night with a blog. I'm going to I'll give a Syracuse basketball review. Syracuse takes on Bucknell tomorrow night. Check that game out. That's going to be a good one. And we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll do more sports. We'll talk about what's going on, and NBA getting ready to start up. We'll do an NBA preview Friday probably. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I am out.